Hi, I'm Dr. Nate Landis, founder and CEO of Urban Youth Collaborative. When you hear me say the phrase public schools, if you're a believer in Christ, sometimes it feels like the whole idea might be a lost cause. There's an evolutionary curriculum that's taught as if it's fact instead of theory. There's a sex ed push that's graphic and inappropriate for kids of any age, especially middle schoolers who would attend a campus like this. And those of us who believe in God in the year 2022 are ridiculed as if we're holding on to fairy tales from a bygone age. All that together might make it feel like the darkness is closing in and there's not hope. But I've got good news. God hasn't given up on public schools or the kids that attend them, and He's sending courageous ambassadors of the faith into these public school campuses around our city every day to shine the light of Christ in legal and transformative ways that make the light of Christ obliterate the darkness. During the pandemic, Generation Z, that's our nation's elementary, middle, and high school students, grew into the largest generation in U.S. history, becoming 1/3 of the entire population. In our home city, 80 to 90% of San Diego's public secondary students have no regular or meaningful connection to a church. This leaves the coming generation longing for a moral compass, positive role models, Christian community, and the hope of life in Christ.
My name is Nick Osborne, and my role on campus is I'm a math teacher and a head football coach. The needs that I've seen when it comes to supporting the students is they need adults who are sound in mind, sound in spirit, and mentoring them just by being present. Because sometimes they don't have those people. They're just kind of looking around them. They're looking at their friends, they're looking at media, they're looking at whatever presents itself. And now here we are able to do that for them on a regular basis, whether I'm a coach or I'm a teacher, you know? So, because I mean, it's not just the players out here that we're supporting, it's also the students.
Faith Club impacted me in a way. It just kind of opened my eyes, kind of put me in the right direction. So I'm not, in the streets doing bad stuff. It got me involved with some people that kind of put my life in the right direction. God also put my life in the right direction. I feel like it kind of helped me stay out of the streets because I know a lot of people that are involved in some bad activities. That's what you're gonna say.
God desires that no one should perish, but that all would come to salvation through His Son. Yet gangs, drugs, broken homes, and fractured neighborhoods continue to threaten the God-given dreams of many remarkable teenagers. But there's hope. Urban Youth Collaborative has found a strategy that's changing this reality one life at a time, and it's been gaining momentum for 14 years on a large scale.
UYC and partnering with them was an absolute lifesaver because we were a new church plant and we started having youth come in. We actually started meeting at Horace Mann Middle School, and it was a lifesaver because we met Nate Landis and he was able to partner with us, help us get into the school with a club, but also our first youth guy was raising support through UYC. So it was an absolutely pivotal moment for us as a young church plant to do something and stretch beyond what we could have done practically.
Our relationship with UIC really started when we kind of got connected with the club at Lewis Middle School and just found that it was by far the most effective way to do outreach to the younger generation, that there's no better way than going on public school campuses and teaching the gospel and having fun and inviting them into church. I mean, it single-handedly grew our youth ministry from one club. And that's really where UIC came in and made our lives so easy. They essentially did all the things I didn't know how to do and opened the door for me to do what I wanted to do deeply, which is go directly to students, share the gospel, and talk about Jesus and hit them with the dodgeball.
As the COVID pandemic winds down, we now have a shared memory as a society of what it feels like to be in isolation. People didn't enjoy being alone and uncertain about when that was ever going to end. That's exactly the situation Jesus came to solve for us by reconnecting us with God and ending our isolation with each other. The gospel shows us that this invitation is available to any young person and people of any age if they willingly receive the good news of Jesus. Throughout San Diego County, Mexico, and now onto the East Coast, churches are viewing missions as something more than crossing an ocean.
Hi, my name is Jill and I belong to a church called Grupo Unidad in Tijuana, Mexico. And I'm a teacher in this house that's called Red Binacional de Corazones. It's a house that fosters girls that may be in danger of human trafficking. So I've been here about almost 3 years working with these girls. I think we've all been called to serve, but once we kind of focus our sight in something, that impacts our lives and it impacts our community. And I think programs like these make a huge difference because it's when we deposit faith in one person, one by one, we give them time and space and mentorship, that changes you. That changed my life. Somebody invested in me once, and when we make space to teach others, to invest in others, love, time, money, that changes everything. It changes communities, it changes cities, it changes the world.
Missions can happen whenever we dare to cross the street. America's largest mission field is found daily in her public schools. When courageous student leaders form an on-campus faith club, meet during non-instructional time, and make attendance voluntary for their friends, these gatherings are 100% legal. In fact, it is illegal for school administrators to try to stop them. Equipped with training from UYC staff, students lead their club, pray, invite friends, read the Bible, serve physical and spiritual food, and invite youth pastors as guests who share the gospel along with a bridge to the local church.
The fact that they're able to get into local high schools and be able to share the gospel on campus with students in real time is absolutely incredible. And so us as a church, what we like to do is we like to come in and support that by providing finances, providing time, and sending leaders to come and share the good news of Jesus with students.
Club is just step one of a long-term relationship with a local church. Over the past 2.5 years, young people have watched our nation's financial, medical, political, educational, and social structures get shaken to the core through COVID-19 and its aftermath. This situation made young people more open than ever before to the truths and realities of God's eternal kingdom that can never be shaken. God's preserved our ministry through so much over the last few years, and we're excited because not only are we still here, we know the best is yet to come. During the COVID shutdown, God actually expanded our ministry in Atlanta, Georgia, Columbia, South Carolina, Spokane, Washington, and also in Mexico and parts of the Baja region. But He's not done. There are more young people that need to experience the life-changing power and presence of Jesus Christ. Will you help us? Your time, talent, treasure, and touch, that's your influence, can be used now to have an eternal impact on many lives. Thanks for your big heart for the next generation. We love you. We look forward to walking together.